Chapter 3, The Comet Back. A beam of light pierced through the ship's window. Thinking it was the morning sun, the girl peered through the window, only to find a turquoise blue comet shimmering at her. The little girl shook the sleeping Luma awake and shouted excitedly. Yeah, that's right. We have to get to the comet. The pair descended on the comet and found that it was made of ice. They looked high and low, but Luma's mother was nowhere to be found. Exhausted, the little girl sat down with a flop, unable to take another step. Look! Peering down an icy ground where Luma was pointing, the girl suddenly noticed a cluster of starbits encased in the ice. Pretty good, huh? Flying starbits especially, said Luma, beaming. There's ice here, but it's so warm. I'll bet there's water here too. The two decided to stay on the comet for a while. Riding the turquoise comet, the pair continued their search for Luma's mother. Chapter 4, The Dream. One night, the girl dreamed about her own mother. Where are you going? She asked. Her mother's routine back. Without turning, her mother replied, Don't fret, dearest, I'm not going anywhere. I'm always watching over you, like the sun in the day and the moon in the night. A wave of the sadness washed over the girl. What about when it rains and I can't see the sun or the moon? He muttered for a moment before responding. I will turn into a star in the clouds and wait for your tears to dry. When she waked, the girl's face was damp with tears. You have starbits in your eyes, said Luma to the girl. Wiping her face, the girl replied, These are tears, not starbits. I'm crying because I'll never see her ever again. And the Lumas began to cry too. Mama! Oh, Mama! Where? The pair traveled through the starry skies, and though they encountered many other comets, not one of them held Luma's mother. Luma was despondent. Now, Luma, the rain clouds won't go away if you keep trying, the girl said, giving Luma a squeeze. I'll give you a present if you stop. The girl closed her eyes and said gently, I'll take care of you. With these words, she felt a small spark in her heart. Chapter 5, Home. The kitchen will go here and the library will go over there, the girl said busily to herself. We'll put the gate here. Ever since the girl took Luma under her care, she'd been bustling about a furious pace. It's a lot of work, but it's worth to make a happy home. It turned out the starbits weren't the only thing buried in the ice. There were tools and furniture unlike any they had ever seen, and the girl used them to build a home. Looking at the completed house, Luma remarked, Don't you think it's awfully big for just the two of us? With a library, bedroom, kitchen, fountain, and gate, it was certainly spacious, but still something seems to be missing. If only my father, brother, and mother were here, the girl said. Wistfully indeed, the house was too large for its two small residents. That night, clutching her favorite stuffed bunny close tore apart. The girl fell asleep in the starship. Chapter 6, Friends. And one day, while the girl sat sipping tea, a tiny April-colored planet appeared on the horizon. On the planet, another Luma, the same color Earth. Do you two know each other? The girl asked. The two Lumas gleefully spied the girl's excitement. They seemed uneasy. The two Lumas neither drew closer nor back away from each other. Instead, they just stared. Then one Luma broke the silence. My mama! At once, the apricot Luma parried back. My mama! My mama! My mama! My mama! The two Lumas began to dance around the girl playfully, and neither showed any sign of stopping. The girl was so charmed by this adorable scene that she couldn't help but laugh, and that's when something very strange happened. Suddenly, more Lumas began to pop out from the apricot planet. They were different colors, but they all shouted the same thing. My mama! My mama! The sight of all the shouting Lumas only made the girl laugh harder. What I'm gonna do with all of these children? The Lumas just stared blankly as she doubled over laughing. I'll guess we have to name every one of you. Tomorrow, when she had finished naming them all, she would begin moving all the Lumas into the new house. Chapter 7, Telescope. After seeing their 100th comment, a sudden thought popped into the girl's head. I wonder if my home planet is still as blue as it was. That's when she remembered her father's telescope. Peeking into the telescope, a tiny blue dot floated into her sight. It was smaller than a starpin. How strange. It's so far away, but it feels so close. She twisted the knob of the telescope and the blue dot grew until she could make out a grassy hill dotted with flowers. It seems very familiar to her. Zooming even closer, a terrace on the hill came into view. I used to go stargazing there when I lived on a home planet. She remembered rubbing the sleep out of her eyes as she followed her father up that hill to the stars. She remembered how she and her brother would sled down the hill. She remembered having picnics with her mother on that hill on the bright and windy days. And I want to go home. I want to go home right now. The girl burst into tears, and the Lumas didn't know what to do. I want to go home. I want to go back to my house by the hill. I want to see my mother. The girl was shouting now, her face wet with tears. But I know she's not there. I knew all along that she wasn't out there in the sky because she's sleeping under the tree on the hill. The girl's cries echoed through the stars and a hush fell over the area. That should be enough. And okay, so over here, this is like the library. And I think I should tell you, I think there's like about a few more stories left. Don't worry. I'll show the rest later, I promise. So maybe over or not. So so far we got everything good, and that was a great story for like the 8 chapters. We only have a few more chapters to go. And oh yeah, so I'll see you when I beat Bowser, and then I'll show you the cutscene. And yeah, so see you guys. We'll be right back. Actually, I'm gonna show Bowser for the finale. So yeah, hope you enjoy the chapter ago, and I'll show you the chapter like if we're done with the game. Yeah, I guess so. But I'm just gonna show you some of it. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Bye, folks.